All right, let's talk about your career. If you're in manual testing and wondering what's next, you're in the right place. We're going to lay out a clear roadmap to get you from where you are now to where you want to be: automation. So you're a manual tester. You've got the skills, you know the process, but you're probably asking yourself, okay, where do I go from here? It's a huge question, right? You want to grow, you want to level up. Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down. First things first, let's get one thing straight. Manual testing is not a dead end. Not at all. Think of it as the starting line. It's the rock-solid foundation that every single great testing career is built on. Look at these skills. You already have them in your back pocket. You know how to write a killer test case, how to report a bug so clearly that a developer can fix it instantly. You get the whole software development lifecycle, the SDLC and the STLC. This stuff is the absolute bedrock of quality assurance. Everything we talk about next, it all builds right on top of this expertise. Okay, foundation's solid. Now it's time to gear up. This is where we move past the basics and start mastering the professional-grade tools that run the whole show in a real development environment. We're talking about getting your hands dirty with the industry standards, tools like JIRA, TestRail, or Bugzilla. Being comfortable in these is what really separates a beginner from a pro. It shows you know how to work inside a structured, collaborative team. And it's all about understanding the workflow. You know, think about a bug you found. In a tool like JIRA, that bug has a whole life story. You log it as new, the developer does their thing and moves it to fixed, and then you get the satisfaction of retesting it and slamming that closed button. Knowing this inside and out is a huge step. So, you've got the foundation, you're getting comfy with the tools. Now for the fun part. It's time to take the big leap. Let's talk about how you can take your impact and scale it up, way up, by automating your very first test. So what even is automation testing, really? Let's cut through the jargon. It's just using software tools to do the boring, repetitive work for you. Instead of you clicking through that same login form 5 times a day, you write a little script that does it perfectly, every single time, using awesome tools like Selenium, Playwright, or Cypress. And that brings us to the big one, the hurdle that I know trips a lot of people up: learning to code. But let's look at this a different way. You're not starting from zero. You're just learning a new language to describe the exact same logical steps you already take every single day. Now, look at this. This right here. This is the aha moment. Seriously. On the left, that's what you do every day, step by step. On the right, that's the code. But see how it's just a direct translation? Type admin literally becomes .sendKeys admin. Click login button is just click. You already know the what, you just need to learn the how. You see? It's not as scary as it looks. And to write these scripts, you've got to pick up a programming language. A lot of folks start with Python. It's super readable and makes that jump from manual logic to code feel really smooth. You'll also see Java a ton in bigger companies, and for pretty much anything on the web, JavaScript is king. Okay, writing one-off scripts, that's a fantastic start. But the real goal is to build a robust, reusable testing system that can grow. And that's where frameworks come in. So what's a framework? Honestly, the best analogy is the chassis of a car. It's a pre-built structure that holds all your tests together. It gives you rules and organizations. You're not reinventing the wheel every time. We're talking about tools like TestNG or PyTest, or even cool approaches like BDD with Cucumber, which lets you write tests in plain English. And here's the ultimate goal. This is where you become a hero. You build an automation machine. In the industry, we call this a CI/CD pipeline, powered by tools like Jenkins. A developer commits their code, and boom, your tests kick off automatically, telling the whole team if something broke, instantly. This makes you an absolutely essential part of the process. So, you've put in the work. You've learned all this stuff. What's the reward? Well, mastering automation isn't just about adding a new line to your resume. It unlocks a whole new career path with bigger roles and way more impact. First up, you get a new title, Automation Engineer. This immediately tells everyone that you have a specialized, in-demand skill set. You design, build, and maintain the tests that protect the product's quality. And the next rung on the ladder, that's the SDET, a Software Development Engineer and Test. This is a super valuable hybrid role. You're part developer, part tester. You're not just finding bugs, you're building tools to prevent them from ever happening. And hey, maybe you want to lead a team. Well, this path gets you there too. A QA lead with deep automation knowledge is invaluable. You're not just managing people, you're setting the entire quality strategy for a product. You're making the big decisions. And you know what the best part is? This isn't a dead-end road. It's a highway that's constantly being built ahead of you. Right now, CI/CD is the standard. But tomorrow, we're looking at AI generating tests for us. And beyond that, intelligent systems that find and fix their own problems. This is a career that's only going to get cooler. So let's just tie this all together, right? Your manual testing experience is priceless. That's your foundation. Automation is the engine that's going to take your career and launch it forward. It's all about adding to your skills, never forgetting where you started, and just keep learning and keep growing. So I'll leave you with this one question, a little bit of homework. Think about your current job. Think about that one boring, repetitive, time-sucking test that you have to run all the time. Now that you've seen the path, what will you automate first?